Hi there, welcome to another educational video document in my Web3 expedition. This video will introduce you to InkonChain and I'll be putting up some interactions on there towards a prospective airdrop. Now, I didn't expect that InkonChain will have an airdrop. I knew of it for a long time, but it's the native L2 of Kraken exchange. And I felt, okay, they have a token associated with their exchange. They may not necessarily launch a new token for InkonChain, but that's not the case. They now have announced TGE. I want to do the basics thus towards the airdrop, considering it's still possible to interact with the chain and all that. I believe, and especially this portal here, it's a GM portal where you can say GM once a day. You can also bridge on chain on the Incon chain to put some liquidity on there. Because of this, I believe that the snapshot may not have been taken yet, but there is no time. So I want to do the basics, and this video will introduce you to the basics. So the link to this portal will be in the description. The first thing I'll be doing, of course, is to bridge funds over to InkonChain. Even if you were to say put up a GM once a day as a way of earning, I don't know what you earn exactly, but you say I have one GM. You need to have some gas token on Ink on chain because it's an on-chain transaction. So first off, I'm going to be bridging. It has an incorporation of the oh, it has an incorporation of the. Let me copy this of the relay widget. So you can bridge right here. I'll put the link in the description. Now, I don't know, I don't have funds on ETH. So I'm going to try to bridge this amount via Base. It looks possible. It looks like the minimum amount they want you to bridge using this portal is 0.01, which is $24. Now, I don't know why, I don't know why this is the recommended amount, but of course it's your funds. So you can always have access to it. Either keep it as liquidity on the ink on chain or withdraw it. So withdrawing it simply means bridging it back using this portal to Base. But considering it's the default amount filled up when you arrive on this portal, I'm maintaining it. So confirm, and we will just wait. Okay, so now it has arrived. One thing you can do, which you want to try as much as possible not to miss, because this is like an app on Incon Chain that enables you stress test the network. Just a moment. So you want to do this as frequently, meaning daily. Okay, so you see many people are doing that. Now that you have bridged funds over, you'll be able to do just that. But I cannot showcase that now because the timer, I've done it already. So you'd be able to click on here and be able to say GM. The GM is basically a text publication on the ink on chain. Now, another thing you want to do, by the way, I did a video about this, but I've not even published it prior to this one, introducing you to ink on chain. I will publish it, in conjunction with this. So here are applications that you can interact with on InkonChain. But first off, what I did was get a verified account on Kraken. I never used Kraken before, so I signed up for a Kraken account. And during the onboarding process, you would need to KYC. So I completed KYC. Then I came here to verify my wallet. Basically, it will pull up a widget from Kraken and then sync it with your wallet. So you see, I have wallet verified status. Because of all this is why I say that the snapshot has not been taken, so you may want to try and do the basics. You can revoke this, but you see here my wallet is verified. Then this is a verified partner, which is the platform we came from. That's why I want to focus my interactions there. And that's why I also used the bridge on there. Now you can use the traditional bridge to bridge any amount of funds that you want, even smaller than 0.01 ETH. But I did a bridging on here because it's a partner project. And when you try to bridge using this, it gives you a default of 0.01. So it may mean something why I did it. Okay. Now that's funds. You can then use it, put it into apps within the Ink on Chain ecosystem, thereby giving you having some liquidity on chain. So speaking of applications, you may want to target this like the DEX, maybe put liquidity on the DEX so that you have liquidity and interaction with the DEX. So you may want to switch to DeFi. Let's see social. Okay, there are some social applications here, but a DEX is preferable. So click on DeFi. This one, embed swaps in your on-chain app. No, not that one. Maybe this one. This one looks like an AMM DEX, perhaps the primary one on on Ink on Chain. It looks multi-chained, and it may end up having its own token. I will do this offline. I don't want this video to be too lengthy, but I would favor a DEX that is entirely native to Ink. So this one is good. I would prefer this one because it has a partner project called, this is like a launch pad for meme coins. So I would favor putting liquidity on this DEX in my case. So I can just decide, I can just put the $25 worth of ETH, which I have deposited on Ink on here in a pool. So that's what I'll be doing offline. My balance is here. So I would look for a pool to add it into. Likely this one, it looks like a stable pair. So you see, I have some LP here from the last video. So I'd likely add into this one. You also earn 20% APR. Then you may head on also to interact with Inky Pump. Bringing us to the end of this video, just do the basics. If you're interested in this, it may turn out tangible. Bringing us to the end of this video, if you have questions, ask me via airdropc.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the site and submit your email here. I'm working on 100 solid airdrop prospects. Each will have its own publication tutorial coming soonest to subscribers. I'll now add InkonChain somewhere here. Contact me using this contact form, this Telegram, and this Twitter. Subscribe to Web3 Wikis on all socials. Stay awesome, take action.